Hi, boys and girls. This is Miss Howard. I want to give you a quick little video on how to use Brainingcamp because we're going to be using this today. And just in case you forget, you can always come back to this as a resource. So today for Brainingcamp, you're going to have this slide as part of your assignment. First, you need to go in and type your name. And your next slide, I'm going to put in this video here to remind you to watch it. And on each page, you need to make sure that you copy and paste each into the Google slide. So let me show you your first task. And we're going to be using these when we're solving all of our math tasks this year. We're going to be using it every day. So you really need to know how to go into Brainingcamp. You need to be able to use the manipulatives that are there. Now, if we were in person in school, then we would be giving you manipulatives to use. But since we're on the computer, we have to learn how to use the virtual manipulatives. So the first slide for you to work on says use the base 10 blocks and use the marker tool to write your first name. So first you need to get into Clever. Now, I want you to notice right now I only have 3 tabs on my screen. You really want to make sure you do not have too many tabs open because it's harder for you to find what you need. So you can start by opening up a new tab. And since I had already redone it, you can go into Clever or into Brainingcamp. So here I went to Brainingcamp and my option was to log in with Clever. Don't go somewhere else to log in, but since we have Clever, log in with Clever. And then this should come up. Okay, so I want you to look through these. Now, some of them we probably will never use. For instance, algebra tiles. However, we will use base 10 blocks and the clock and color tiles, and we'll probably get into fraction circles. You might need pattern blocks, the number line, linking cubes, the hundreds board, and some of these other ones you might use or you might want to play with at some point. 2-colored counters. So today, for instance, I asked you to go into base 10 blocks. So I'm going to click on base 10 blocks. And now you can see all of my options here. Now, right now, we're not really dealing with thousands. So you can come down here and let's see, get rid of it. Now I only have hundreds, tens, and ones. There's also an option over here for text, for fill. So at some point you may need to play around with them. But the first thing I asked you to do was to write your name using the marker tool. So now I need to slide this out of the way so that I can find my marker tool. So here I have my marker. I can choose the size that I want to write with, and I can choose the color I want to write with. For now, I'm going to write with blue. So I asked you to write your first name. Now, you guys already know my first name, and that's going to be a little easier for me. So I'm going to write that. Now, you need to play around with it because you're going to need to hold the button that is on your computer as you slide your finger to make the letters. Now, at some point, you may want to ask your parents to get a mouse because I think that's easier, but that's your choice. Now, you'll notice I still am holding on to the pen. You need to put it back before you can do something else. So there is my name, and then I asked you to share it. So on the side over here, it says share. I don't need a link or code. I don't need to download. I just need to copy it. So I'm going to click copy. Up here it says copied to clipboard, and that's exactly what I need it to do. Now I need to go back to my assignment. So here is my assignment, and I need to paste it in. Now, I don't exactly remember how to do it on a Chromebook, but you might remember. We'll have to ask one of the kids. I do Control V, and it pastes it in there. And you can put it where you think it looks best. And there's your first slide. Then you're going to go on, and you're going to do another couple of ones. So here's one with base 10 blocks. And then this one is color tiles. So let me just show you color tiles real quick. Now I'm going to go back to the Brainingcamp tab on the top. And this is not what I need. This is base 10. So I can click the little button up here that will take me to the home page, or I can click the apps. I'm going to click that one. And it brings me back here to all of my manipulatives. Now I need to look. I think I said color tiles. Oh, right here, color tiles. So now you can do the same thing. You can use the pen if you need it for something, or you can just drag over the tile. And if you keep clicking it, it will line up right next to it. And that could make it nice and easy. If you would rather slide the tiles over, you could do that. However you would like to do it. And then again, you need to share it. So I come over to the share button, copy image. It's now in my clipboard. And I go back to the assignment and paste it in. If you need to make it smaller for some reason, you could do that, because maybe you need to write something underneath it, but not for this assignment today. So make sure you have a chance to go in, complete this assignment, then go back into Classroom to submit it to me. And then if you still have time, you can come in and you can play around with some of the other apps or the other tools that are in Brainingcamp. I like the 2 colored counters, so you can use them. You can just experiment, but make sure you get your assignment done for today. That's all. Have fun and do well.